Hey everyone and welcome. Today I want to make a game. I'm going to make a kind of bullet hell game, so you like run around as a player and try to shoot these other thingos that are shooting at you. It'll kind of be like a high score based game, and I've already kind of started making something like this, but I figured might as well just turn to a video and see how it goes. Also, if I actually think that it's kind of good enough, which it probably won't be, but whatever, I'll actually I might release it and like put a link to it in the description. So yeah, anyways, I'll get started. The first thing that I need to say is that this isn't going to be like a tutorial in any way. I'll kind of explain what I'm doing and some little things I'm doing as like little hints and tips if you actually want to do something like this. But I'm not teaching you how to program or just really anything else, but yeah. So there's going to be a lot of time lapses in this video, and for a lot of the parts I'm just kind of talking, like I'm just going on and on about lots of really unimportant stuff, but I'll just try to explain generally what's happening in kind of these short segments. So what I'm doing here is I'm just adding the movement controls and the wall collisions, and that's about it. Okay, that should work pretty normally if I add it here. So now I should be able to bounce off the walls. Like that. Nice. I might actually want to make the screen resolution something a bit more standard, so like I'll just make it 720p for now. And all I'm doing now is just adding an enemy and putting in an array list. Cool. So now I'll make it so the turret, the enemy, can actually target the player. That is not working right. And there we go. Now it actually points towards the player. So I guess the next step is actually adding bullets so the enemy can shoot at you. And I'll add the function to actually defend yourself later. For now I just want the enemy to actually be able to shoot. Let's see if this works. Oh, okay, cool. I guess I'll give the player some health now, and every time the bullet collides with the player, it'll actually damage the player. Okay, let's see how good this works. Cool, not at all. Although there should be a simple fix because I just need to add the function to the drawer. Okay, so now, hey, actually works. Cool. Oh wait, so just seen a problem, and that's because there's actually no death state. The health just goes into the negative and just pops out of the side. So let's fix that first by adding a death state. And now when it reaches 0, nice. I'll change that later, but you know, just want to make sure that it worked, and to make sure that you died. So yeah, okay, so the enemies can kill you, but you can't actually kill them yet, which I think is a bit unfair, so maybe that should be the next thing I do. I'll just give them a health bar and make it so I can actually shoot, which actually yeah, maybe I'll do that first. So I'll make it so that I can actually shoot. Okay, so now I should be able to shoot bullets, and I can. I just can't actually damage the enemies yet, so I'll do that. Also, I should actually probably start with I should probably add a limit to how fast I can shoot, or else I'll just end up being able to do things like this. So yeah, I'll get on that. Okay, so now when they lose all of their health, oh, if I don't miss, then bam, they die. Also, that actually didn't really look like a miss. Was that just... It's okay, something's definitely off about that. The collisions are offsetted somehow. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. I think that's working right now. Yeah, I was actually using the wrong collisions. Like it was collisions for rectangles, not or for squares instead of for circles. And hey, I actually win. So I think because I'm doing like a high score game, I should probably just make it so more enemies keep on coming instead of like, you know, you win or something, and I'll just have like the score and the high score up here, and you can try to beat a high score. Okay, I think for the score, I'll just do like your time, but every time you get a kill, it'll the score will go up a bit more by some amount. So I'll just add that. Okay, I think I got this working. So now I should be able to shoot them, and the score goes up by 100. And then when I die, which actually may take a while, so 1 sec. There we go. You get your score and your high score, which is now the score because it's higher than that. I've also made the player a circle because of reasons that I'll get into later, but trust me, it's something kind of cool. Okay, so now I'm actually adding collisions between the players and the enemies, so you can kind of bump into them and like move them around. Okay, check this out. Bam. Oh. Oh. Not quite. Oh, it's kind of working. I need to change that, 1 sec. That should be a little bit more accurate. Cool. So now I can bump into the turrets. And what I want that to do is remove health from both the enemy and the player. I'll make it so you probably don't want to bump into them because you know, you're still gonna lose quite a bit of health, but maybe although maybe I'll just do like kind of like the same health, but I think I'm gonna add like a little boost function so you can like boost into the enemies, and then that'll make you take less damage because you're actually like trying to do it. And then the boost can have like a cooldown too. Also, just realized that your turret actually still moves around on the end screen where everything else is frozen. But yeah, okay, I'll add a boost. Let's see if this works at all. Ooh, actually kind of does, although still I can actually keep on going. And I think, I don't know, do I want to make it so that it kind of like sets your velocity to 0 and then boosts you, or do I want to kind of keep it with the velocity? I think I'll keep it so you can kind of like go towards them and then really just hit them. Also, that makes me realize I actually need to stop the enemies from going off the screen as well. So I'll go do all those things that I said that I kind of just forgot most of them, but anyways, I'll do it. There. So now they actually have the wall collisions, and bam, now they bounce off the walls. Oh yeah, I also need to actually add a cooldown for the boost, so you can't just, yeah, just keep doing that. Nope, that actually works really weirdly. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so now I've got the shooting cooldown, but also the boosting cooldown. So I can't boost unless the cooldown is over. And I think I might want to make it more powerful. Yeah. And then for like the next 20 minutes or something, I tried to do something that was really simple just to get the collisions and the damages working when you're boosting, but I overcomplicated it like a lot somehow, and it was annoying, but I finally got it working, so yeah. So basically, now I should actually just be able to hit them, which will do like 2 times the damage that a normal hit would do, but it also damage yourself, and I can shoot and dodge and all that. So, cool. Okay, what's next then? I'm a bit real, I spent like another 20 minutes trying to add some other features so like the enemies could follow you, like boost into you, but yeah, that wasn't really working out because they were just kind of clumped together and it just really wasn't what I wanted, so I decided not to do that and I'm just going to cut all that out because it's kind of pointless. Okay, that's a bit more balanced. So now, first off I'll make it so more enemies can actually spawn, because after you're finished with the first few, well then they're gone. Okay, now I'm actually going to make the enemies targeting a little bit better. So instead of just shooting directly at you, they'll actually predict where you're going to be depending on your velocity and then shoot towards there. Okay, that's kind of working a bit better now. Although this one was kind of... I mean, I guess it still always needs fine tuning, but I think it's working a bit more better now. Maybe I'll make it so if a bullet's coming towards them, they'll actually try to move a little bit. Okay, so I've decided that instead of just making them avoid the bullets will just push them away. So you can't just keep on shooting in the same direction. You can't keep your mouse in the same place is what I was trying to say. Also, I should actually maybe make them collide with each other. That might be a thing. Cool, so now they collide with each other, which won't do any damage, we'll just move them around a bit more to add a bit more variety. Okay, I reckon I should add a menu, like a start screen, so it'll have like 3 difficulties, easy, medium and hard. Then there'll be like settings or something, so you can, I guess, change the screen resolution maybe, and maybe I should actually add audio too. But yeah, for now I'll just make the menu. This is definitely one of the longer time lapses because all I'm really doing is just programming the game states and all the buttons and things for the menu. So just sit back and enjoy the chill music. So, moment of truth. After a lot of coding, I've got insert game name, which I'll change later. And I got play. You can choose easy, medium, or hard. Easy and medium shouldn't do anything because I haven't actually added those difficulties yet, but medium Oh wait, no. Okay, so I added yeah, I added a thing just to actually try it to see if it would work, which it wasn't for a long time, so I need to get rid of that and then actually make it load the game. So now hopefully, there we go. Okay, cool. So I have a somewhat working menu screen then. So now I've just got to add the other difficulties, so I'll just kind of like change the variables, I guess. Okay, so I tried to add an option so you could toggle between full screen and windowed, because you know most games tend to do that, but I really cannot find a way to do this on processing, so I think it's just gonna have to be automatically full screen, so I don't kind of have to assume the screen resolution of people's computers. But yeah, that's kind of a bummer. If you can if anyone can actually figure out how to do this, like how to toggle between full screen and windowed during the sketch, then feel free to leave it in the comments, because I would really appreciate that. Possibly. Okay, cool. So now we've got 2 different difficulties that actually do change. It's easy, we just start off with one and their bullets are a bit slower, some other little things like that. And the high scores are all actually dependent on what difficulty you're on. So I got 123 on this. I can press space to retry or escape to quit to the menu. Go to a different difficulty, and I'll need to actually extend this, but yeah, then there's the high score for that. So 65, then I can go back into easy, it'll still be 123. And then hard, where it's just a little bit harder. And actually, well, it's quite a bit harder, but I mean, that's the point of hard. Then I spent about 10 minutes trying to come up with a name for the game, and I just settled for Dodgem Bullets. Okay, so I'm actually kind of coming near the end. I've got the menu screen, which I could probably add a little bit more to. There's the different difficulties, and then the game, which is pretty decent for something that I've made in a day. It's the high scores and all that. Now, after many hours of adding sound effects and visual effects, I finally started to actually finish up the game. Unfortunately though, for some reason that I still don't know, the soundtrack and the sound effects both started to like break the game after a few minutes, so I had to get rid of them. But hopefully in the future, if I do ever actually update the game, I might try to fix it. But yeah, here it is, the finished game, Dodgem Bullets, that I spent roughly 12 hours making, even if most of those hours have gone to waste, but nonetheless I'm still pretty proud of it considering everything. So, it's a retro-style high-score based arcade shooter where you play as a little circle who moves around the screen to shoot different enemies who are shooting at you, but at the same time it kind of becomes a bit of a bullet hell in the harder difficulties. Controls are pretty simple, WSE to move, left click to shoot, and right click to boost into different enemies like Dodgem cars, hence the name Dodgem Bullets. So yeah, that's that. That's the whole video. I guess spent 12 hours making a game that's pretty alright considering, you know, it was made in 12 hours, but yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that may be. Bye.